So Paige Bueckers and the Dallas Wings played against the Toyota Antelopes last night. And yeah, it was, I'm going to be honest, it was not what you would have hoped to have seen in that exhibition game. And I mean, for Dallas, you won by 6. You won by 70 points. You won by 70 points. And the Toyota Antelopes were better than Brazil. I'll give them that. The Toyota Antelopes are better than Brazil. So, yeah, if we want to use the preseason championships, the Sky only beat Brazil by 30. The Sky went half-assed for that entire game. The Sky only beat them by 30. The Dallas Wing, or the Fever, beat them by 60, but the Fever wanted to put on a show, in fairness, but at least for the fourth quarter. Like, Fever up by 50 at halftime. At least for the fourth quarter, they were like, we're going to go and put out all the bench, and we're going to make this big exhibition game. We're going to make it a big deal. It's in Iowa. We're putting on a show. But what the Dallas Wings did to the Toyota Antelopes, for me, was like, it was just a beatdown. And for me, it was almost what this coach went out with was embarrassing. And by the way, I thought the Dallas Wings players, they played fine. Like, Paige Bueckers was taller than their center. Like, Paige hit some, Paige, realistically, any player on this team, I'm not joking, if they wanted to just say, we're going to let Maddie Seeger shoot every single shot for the entire game, they still would have won the game. Maddie Seegers would have had 70, and they would have won 70-52. They could have done that. And that is how big of a gap there was between these teams. I thought the list was fine. Like, there's no point. They're playing the Toyota Antelopes. Their average height is 5'7". The average height of this team was 5'7". Like, their center was 5'11". Like, why? There's no point, like, getting too hyped up by this. But, like, this game was, I'm shocked to see this, but the Wings were not, in fact, running just normal defenses. The Dallas Wings were running a 2-2-1 full court trap to run up the score on this team. They were running a 2-2-1 full court trap against the Toyota Antelopes. The Toyota Antelopes. It's not even they went full court man press. They went 2-2-1 full court trap. They went out with a defense with a high school defense that pros will never be beaten by, to run up the score. And I'm looking at Twitter and people are like, oh, maybe they'll be able to pull off that full court pressure. They did. They ran a 2-2-1 full court trap. A trap that can literally be broken by inbound to Caitlin Clark, throw it long, layup. Like, that's literally how you can break the 2-2-1 trap. Inbound the ball, have one player at the halfway line, 2 players long, toss long, and then lob. Lob, or if they don't commit, layup. 2-on-1. Like, a competent point guard, anything. And because they just weren't big, they weren't tall enough. This is literally a press that you see underage, like, young teams run, or a trap to blitz bad teams. They'll go out in this trap, go up by 40. And not only that, this whole game was because currently under contract with the Toyota Antelopes, and just there for a preseason deal, is Mai Yamamoto. She didn't even get a check. They didn't even let her check in until 6 minutes ago. Like, there are tons of players on this team that are not going to make the roster. They won by 70 points. And the whole reason why this game happened a big reason for this game was because of Mai Yamamoto. And they literally checked her in for 6 minutes. They checked her in for 6 minutes at the end of the game. Didn't even let her play because they were too busy running up the score so that all their players could be in double digits. And so that they could see how long it could take with the Toyota Antelopes not crossing the halfway line. And, like, yeah, the Fever have gone full court pressure in their first game against, if they went full court pressure in the first quarter, I wouldn't even have minded it. If they went full court pressure, while early on in the game, I know what, they were up at the end of the first. Wow, they were 15. But I'm pretty sure the score was like 13-17. If they ran the full court pressure to go from 13-17 to 29-14 and then just took it off, But no, they ran it in the second and third quarter. They ran the full court 2-2-1 trap in the second and third quarter. And people are like, oh, it's full. They're running full court pressure. These are pros. They should be able to take a loss as bad as possible. Like, no, like, they're not. You're not gaining anything from that. I want to see if I can get much footage of the trap. But like, it was embarrassing. It was absolutely embarrassing. And like the Dallas Wings, of course they looked okay. But the Dallas Wings I'm looking at this. Through the entire second quarter, they are running this trap. They're running this trap for the entire second quarter. Oh, no, sorry. They're not. They're running full court press at some stage. In the third quarter, they went back into the trap. They ran full court ball pressure. And I understand the Japanese team are running full court ball pressure on them. But what are you gaining out of this? What are you gaining? You're gaining a 70-point win and running up the score. And again, I understand. I don't think the Toyota Antelopes are going to feel bad about this. Like, I don't think Team Toyota Antelopes care that they lost by 70. Just like the Brazil team didn't care they lost by 60. Like, because they're just like, oh my God, we're playing WNBA team. It's a big deal. And it makes no difference. But like, and I wouldn't even mind if they were trying out every different set that they were, if they try every different set that they were going to be running, if they try out a bunch of things they were going to be running as WNBA team. But they're not dumb enough. Nobody's dumb enough to run a 2-2-1 full court trap in like the WNBA. No coach is dumb enough to run that. And if they run a 2-2-1 full court trap, it's going to be like Rick Pitino when he coached the Celtics and he's like, we're going to full court man press 82 games a year for 48 minutes. Like, if that's what they plan on doing this season, then I'm sorry, they might be worse than the Valkyries if they're planning on throwing out that. But like, it was just genuinely, it was just one of those ones where I'm like, I cannot believe what I'm watching. They're up by 40 and then they go into the trap. They're up by 30, 40 and then they decide to trap. Like, madness, I tell you, madness. And again, I don't mind if they start off the game in the trap, they go up by 20, and then they start trying to find out other things to do. But like, could you imagine if the Indiana Fever, they were up 40-something at halftime. So against Brazil, the Indiana Fever were up 70-24 at halftime. So they were up 46 points at halftime. Could you imagine if the Indiana Fever, while being up 46 at halftime, started the third quarter? Obviously, the starters came in and Caitlin was out at the bench. She tried a few shots. But started the third quarter in a full court trap so that instead of being up 47, they could get up 67. Could you imagine if they did that? And like, people were criticizing the Indiana Fever for leaving in their starters for 18 entire minutes in that game. But like, every single player, like, Jillia Lane played 10 minutes. Yvonne Egan played 11. Jaylen Brown played 15. Bree Hall played 16. 4 players that are not going to make the team played 16, 15 in this game. They didn't even play the Japanese player playing against their own team in their exhibition game. It would be like if the Fever side chose not to play Dantas. They only played 6 minutes. So people aren't going to make the team. In fairness, Joanna Holmes played 10, 6 and 6. Like, come on now. Come on. They literally just, I was looking at it and I'm like, I was watching the game like, you know what, the Toyota Antelopes are putting up a good fight. The Dallas Wings just have too much for them. The Wings just have too much for them. But, like, watching it, it was just bad. It was just bad. But anyway, I'll see you guys.